Oh, hey, didn't notice you there. It is that time already. Hey, it's Friday, guys. What I got planned for you today? It's a pretty cool story. So this 100% real story, all real stories on this channel, nothing but. So I'm gonna tell you about today the infamous, I should say, story about how I found out I was on NHL waivers through my mom. Let's get to it. Okay guys, so let me get you started just by quickly explaining what waivers are, number one. So waivers basically is a way to send somebody down, like a reason why you would put someone on waivers is you're trying to send them down to the minors, or you're trying to get that money off of the cap in the NHL. So what happens basically when you get put on waivers is the team usually tells you, hey, we're going to send you down, we're going to put you on waivers, and somebody had, like, the teams across the NHL have 24 hours to then put in a claim to pick you up. So if I was on Boston and they wanted to send me down to the minors, they would put me on waivers. I would basically wait 24 hours, and maybe if Montreal submits to the league, hey, we want that guy, then Montreal picks me up and I go there instead of going down to the minors with Boston. So that's kind of like the easy way to explain how things work. It happens all the time. Guys go up and down on waivers. I had a good friend this year who, you know, it's sort of a weird system where sometimes like I myself personally, I haven't been claimed by any other teams, but a friend of mine has been claimed 3 times or so. So sometimes it could be a timing thing, what different teams need. If a defenseman goes down and the next day, you know, a defenseman gets put on waivers, they're like, hey, we need an extra guy, you know, we'll grab him. So that's kind of, I guess, the very easy explanation of how everything works. All right, guys, so the story goes like this. It was the 21-22 season. I was playing in Edmonton with the Oilers, and I had gotten sent down once for 2 games in December, and at this point it was in, I believe, the end of February. So we had gone through like a couple losing streaks, 7 games, things like that. And anytime you go through that, then there was a coaching change. So there was kind of a lot of different moving pieces at the time. The new coach comes in, he was kind of bringing in different guys who he wanted, get rid of maybe some of like the old coaches, you know, sort of guys per se. And I sort of was on the unfortunate end of like being on the outside, kind of looking in. And so the story basically starts, we were in Philadelphia, and I was on the ice. I believe I went to the ice, and there was like, it was like an optional skate or something like that. So there was only a few guys. It may have even been, now that I'm thinking back on it, an off day for the team. We had just played somewhere else, but there was about maybe like 6 or 7 of us who were skating. So we came into the arena, we did a skate for whatever, half hour, 40 minutes, get back onto the bus, and just kind of check my phone. We're on the way back to the hotel, and I see a text from my mom basically saying, yo, what's going on? And she says, are you on waivers, question mark. And if I have the text message, I'll, you know, flop to it right now, but I kind of jokingly was like, no, haha, like, not that I heard, LOL. And so she sent me the tweet of who tweeted it out. Obviously the team tweeted it out, and at that point I was like, oh, I guess I'm on waivers. Really want to get this like straight too, is a lot of people were writing at the time, oh my god, he found out from his mom, and he found out, like, and they were kind of making it into like more than it was. My mom texted me, I was on the bus going back to the hotel. We get to the hotel, I got off the bus, and then I proceeded to have a conversation with the coach and the GM right there, who they said, hey, you know, we're putting you on waivers, you're doing this, blah, blah, blah. And my mom had tweeted out right around that time, basically something along the lines of like, it's pretty bad or pretty funny that, you know, someone has to find out they're on waivers through their mom. And she was kind of like, she did it, I think, with a winky face or something like that. And she was kind of basically doing it like as a joke. And, you know, I think we both, like, we all understand the power of the internet and where stuff kind of goes, and people can take that in any which direction of, you know, however they think. But from my point of view, she was doing it as a really simplistic standpoint, like a really, you know, jokey manner and whatnot. And it sort of blew up into this thing of like, oh my God, he found out he was on waivers and the organization is this and they're that. And like, I mean, no ill intentions at all. I still have so many friends back in Edmonton and with the Oilers organization. Love them. Like, I had such a great time there. It sort of sucked, I guess, after the fact, because that was like taken in such a weird way. And it's so interesting how, like, in the hockey industry, this can kind of come into play, where after my contract was up that year, myself and my agent were talking with the team to, you know, if they wanted to re-sign me again or, you know, anything like that. And there was a point that was made towards my agent, like really stressing the point that, like, they didn't like what my mom did, and they kept going on about my mom. And we were sort of like, look, do you want to sign him or not, sort of thing. And the, you know, one person in particular, very high up person, I'll let you kind of be the judge of who it is or whatever, couldn't get over the fact that, you know, my mom did this and blah blah blah. And, you know, I think, like, personally, you know, that was kind of a line in the sand for me, where it was like, well, you know what, if they can't get over that, well, I don't really want to be associated with that anyway. So you know, again, wish them nothing but the best. Wish the organization, that individual, nothing but love, gratitude. Honestly, like, I don't hold anything in my heart. Like, it was in an interesting situation that happened, but I figured share the content, share the story with you guys of what actually happens. And when you get put on waivers and they don't tell you right away or something like that, how you can find out through Twitter these days. So guys, appreciate the love so much. If you're a fan of the channel, please give it a thumbs up below and drop a comment if you remember that story and remember what I'm talking about. And if you're an Oilers fan, please wish you all the best. Nothing but love and gratitude, baby. We're here every Friday and every Monday. Golf's on Mondays. Friday's the hockey stuff. So tune in, because I'm going to be coming with a lot of content. All right, guys, stay safe. Peace.